And geez, yeah, one baby cane toad is just about enough to ruin my day, so flails has to come up to 16. And Bahamut still not offering us this firepower that I've been looking for, so unfortunately we're still gonna have to kinda wait out in that regard. But a regen amulet is fantastic, so let's pick up that bad boy, immediately throw it on. That will help out a great deal in multiple ways there, keeping us able to jump between fights with a little more speed here. Though the exploration is definitely going to play a bit more of a role in that regard. 8-headed Hydra. Time to put money where my mouth is. I did say that we would have no problem with this, and I still believe that to be true. Okay, especially if we can kill them before they even get to us. Fantastic. Oh, Scorch, you are quite lovely, especially with Bahamut. Okay, let's get in a little bit of a stretch. Oh. Ooh, think about what we want to do here moving forward. Do I dare head into Spider, or should I just head right back up to Dungeon? Maybe even just finish the rest of regular Dungeon for the time being. See where that leaves us. What does implicitly mean that we'll require a little more backtracking than would seem ideal on a Meteoran, but as long as we have the turn count, I'm not too plussed either way. So with that in mind, let's do a few final steps here. You know what, I was kind of hoping to come across some more Hydra pals. Hello, my friend. Perfect, not too shabby whatsoever, and that's a nice chunk of experience as we're already up to 15 maces and flails. I guess this way we can also do a little bit of a cheeky peeky. Oh, okie dokes. You know what? That's fine. This is actually where I wanted to be, game, so thank you. I appreciate the assistance. And let's get out of here, shall we? Fantastic. Turns her resource to be used. That is true. My main concern is just how little experience I have with it, so I don't actually have that much of an idea of how much time I'll need. And beyond that, I feel like I might need more time than necessary just to account for my own mistake making. But with that being said, I'm very happy to use up some of said resource in order to further our success rate in the future. Okay, so here's layer 2. I think layer 1 we explored very little of, actually. No. And yeah, no, the Zot clock no longer being an instant death is going to be hugely advantageous to me because, again, I'm very much expecting to hit the wall at some point. Would be nice if we just had the dream run and never had any issues, but I don't think that that is a realistic expectation by any stretch of the imagination, so I can very much see myself being saved from the brink by that change to the way that the Zot clock works. Oh, and I see. So we go up to 28 AC when we have our protection brand up and running. Otherwise, it's 21 with just Ozkuba's armor. Still fantastic for a spellcaster, don't get me wrong. But good to know. And there we go, hitting that cap that we set for it. Just fantastic. So, oh my, now I find myself in the exact same situation of having to decide what to do without really having too much of a plan for moving forward. I guess, again, evocations, it's always nice to have at least a little bit, so let's bring that up to 7, maybe, for the time being. One of the mechanics to exploit for Meteorans is to go with Oka, so that when you deal the healing from mapping during arena, restores partial HP for the character. Right? I feel like that was almost enough to save our Okuwaru character earlier today, but unfortunately, we had still been off a bit more than we could chew with the unfortunate teleport scroll landing. But it was pretty cool to see, and so yeah, if this character, heaven forbid, finds itself in a shallow grave, then the plan is to definitely go back with Okuwaru again and experiment more with that side of things, because it definitely seemed to synergize really well with Meteorans in general. You know, you're constantly coming across enemies that are little too high hit dice for your liking, so that transitions just wonderfully into tons of extra PD from Okwaru, of course. And okie dokie, Starburst, hey? What do you do? Penetrating bolts fire from the caster in every direction. 68. I mean, this might be good against spiders, and at this point I don't really have much of a an option to say no, seeing as how I'm desperate for spells, so let's go for it. Oops, let's not hide it, let's memorize it. Fantastic. It's a good opportunity to, almost like a genie run, try out some of the spells that I usually ignore on characters, so that's going to be interesting. Let's just pop ourselves, squat around this corner real quick. Hello, my Komodo friend. Goodbye, my Komodo friend. And it was just up this direction, so let's not go in front of the electric eel, and instead we'll just pop a squat up around this corner and head right back out to the regular dungeon for the time being. I'd like to get a smidge more experience before we commit to any of the S branches, and that should be wonderful. Wave of Frost still here. I knew that the timer on timed portals went down slower when you were not actively on the floor that the door was, but I didn't realize we had quite that much time. Holy moly. Starburst is fun, seems like it'll be good with Ice Wall. Well, perfect. I'm excited to experiment and try it out at the very least. Let's switch over to our protection from fire, seeing as how Azrael is going to be right there. Hello, my friend. Lovely to see you. If you could please step up to me instead of just letting all your friends do all the hard work, that'd be nice. Oh, what do I owe the pleasure? So kind of you to acquiesce my request. I appreciate it. Also, hello, Raiders. Hey, Wizard and friends. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Sunday. Always lovely to see you. But thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. Trustnoka Synergy, would not have thought of that. We'll probably do that if you ever Meteoran again. I definitely want to try it out myself somewhere in the future. Hello, how goes Meteoran? It's going alright today, Wizard, thanks. This is our second character of the run. We finally got an Okawaru character that was pretty fun and exciting, but unfortunately teleported right into the middle of a ridiculous vault, so there was no shot of getting out. Though a wizard sending us to the abyss almost made the difference. However, with Antares here, I'm feeling pretty good, and we're in a pretty solid spot here with Vehemet, so I'm hoping that we can continue the trajectory, continue the momentum, and have a good one. But how are you today? Were you playing DCSS as usual? If so, how are your runs going? What were you playing as? What were you doing? And how are you in general, my friend? Okay, hello. Hello, my two-headed buddy. Goodbye. Fantastic. Okay, so here's the frozen cave. Okay, it did finally officially collapse. That makes sense. It's only a matter of time. And Book of the Spectacle. Okay, so we get access to Starburst anyway. Interesting. Let's bring you back over this direction. Actually, okay, all of my new friends here. Hello, come one, come all. Come to my hallway of death and destruction. This way, at least the demonologist is taking some damage, though not as much as I would like. Little bit more pain on this son of a gun, please. There we go. Fantastic. Slightly terrifying, but never a doubt in my mind, of course. Never didn't have it. And let's go pick up that book. Aha. As well as visit another shop. And let's see what we have available, shall we? Gardener's Vile Clutch and Noxious Bog. Ooh, Noxious Bog actually is incredible in Spider. And half decent in Swamp as well. Will require some training to get up and running, but that's definitely an option. Book of Changes doesn't have quite what I'm looking for here. Application alone, not enough. Of an Impetus, Spell of Spheres is always tempting. Fireball is nice. Orb of Destruction is huge. Just over 200 gold away. It's hard to come back to shops to pick them up at a later date. Like, I guess I'll be passing by this one to head back to Lair at some point, so there is that. You're not bad. You got a genie with no willpower, killed to the paralysis of a dread lich. Oof, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. That's always rough when you have to get to that stage of the game when you still don't have any good source of willpower. We were kind of in the opposite boat on this run, where I just instantaneously got a ring of willpower, and then I got 2 different armors, both leather armor and a +1 robe of willpower, so I'm in rare air of actually having willpower for once, which is kind of nice, but terrifying to say the least still. And yeah, boss level, we might have to try out spheres here. Could do Orc 1 for money at least. Where was our Orc entrance? It was on D10. And we do still have quite a few turns banked up in regular dungeon. Let's try it out, shall we? Why, hello there. Okay. I don't have any cold resistance, which makes you a bit of a pain in the rear. I do have Starburst, but not very castable, all things considered. Actually, let's not go fire, let's go with Conjuration, seeing as how it looks like we'll be aiming for that direction moving forward. And we Scorch ya, and we Starburst ya. Let's try that out. Okay, that worked quite nicely, actually. Let's just do that one more time. Fantastic. Love to see it. And so let's pick up Ring of Ice. Could definitely use the robe. Can also join our library here. The staff? Probably better than Dagger of Venom at this point. I know, I'm kind of just shuffling my inventory willy-nilly here without too much consideration one way or another. But okie dokie, at least we managed to take out Banar without too much ado about nothing. Wait out the cloud there, and let's run back for this ID, shall we? And what have we got? 3 scrolls of Butterfly. Okay. Hopefully use that to good effect in the future to save our butts. We'll have to see how she goes, and let's head up to Orc, shall we? Takes 81 turns to get here. Okay, that's good to keep in mind at the very least. And let's see, we've already come down 1% in failure on Starburst, so that's looking quite nice. Let's kill you, my friend, and just get right back to it, trying to run down all of our new buddies here. Should be able to gain a decent amount of gold for sure. We'll have to decide if we want to risk going down to Orc 2. Okay. 612, so we're just over 100 away now. Like 150 gold should definitely do it, so that's like 4 or 5 gold piles. Ooh, no walls near us here is a bit unfortunate. We can hit a decent number of you with Starburst though, so let's just go nuts. Go for it. Oh, I do have some digging, you're right, so I could use that to decent effect to explore a little bit further, and in fact we still might get the extra, or got the extra turns for coming down here. I was tempted to step up, back down, and force this warrior to come upstairs with me. But let's just get the heck out of here. And we will take Rubbery's suggestion there, and let's just dig our way through real quick and take another peek as to what the rest of the area has in store. Hopefully it'll be enough gold for us to buy that. Ooh, an Eden? That is going to be a rough one. How much health do you have? 66. So, just roll well. Good Starbucks hits. That's exactly what I wanted. Yep. Good Starburst, and we should be in a half decent spot. I could also go with Syrian Ray here to just deal some extra damage while our friend huddles in the relative safety beyond the ramparts. Can I even afford 1 turn with you next to me? 57 and 53. That's a little ambitious, shall we say. So let's instead use some roots on you, combo that with Quicksilver. Fantastic. And we're able to take out the Eden. Some more gold, please. Would be nice. Life would be but a dream. There is another gold pile here that we'll definitely collect. And I should have marked that book. I guess if I look up, oops, if I look up sphere, 756 gold, so I still need 100 gold. Oof, that's rough. I kind of want that transparent ring mail now. Oh, do I just hold out hope that we'll instead be offered something of similar caliber by Vehemet in the future? Maybe. Regardless, I'm gonna keep fighting our way through here just a little bit. I'm slightly concerned about turn count now that it's under 1,000. If we do eventually want to come back to finish the rest of Orc. But we're at least still gaining a nice chunk of experience and doing a lot of good work here, so it's not all to a lost cause, and we do officially have enough money. Question is, will I get enough money to also buy that armor, maybe? I'm bad, really bad for these type of temptations, which again is why I'm very liable to struggle a heck of a lot with Meteoran. But maybe, just maybe, we'll be okay. I also did want Erignio's Toxic Bog. There's just too much that I want and not enough time to do it in, unfortunately. And yet another shop to tempt me here. Dang it, and oh, it is tempting. Zorquin is very wide indeed. Yeah, even with tunneling into the other sections, I still didn't quite expect it to be quite this much of an adventure, for sure. But fantastic. Decent amount of gold, all things considered. Oh gosh, just walking back there is going to be the majority of the turns left. Let's see, digging through here would probably take both of our remaining dig charges. And I think I'm just going to say no to that armor that we were tempted by before. Dig twice to our YOLO through Orc 2. We could at least, I guess, take a peek to see where this is relative to our other stairwell. That's okay. Let us instead, for the time being, just, as you so lovingly put it, YOLO our way through the wall here instead with dig. And that means we can come back here when we're strong enough to just blitz our way through Orc and still potentially get all the advantages there. And let's run back down, shall we? We'll be just under 100 turns once again. That's not too bad at the end of the day. So this is the one with Bog, 500 gold, and then 700 for Spheres. Spheres gives us Orb of Destruction and Fireball, which are both pretty fantastic. It's interesting because I kind of want Spheres for Swamp, and I kind of want Book of Wizards Volume 2 for Spider. And so I just have to come to a consensus as to which I want to start with here. Alright, you did mention that earlier, that Battlesphere and Magic Dart is also good, so potentially we just go with Spheres. It's what we went up to gain money for. Let's try it out, shall we? I'm bad for having a one-track mind when it comes to, we had one incredible run of using Erignio's Toxic Bog and Spider, now it's all I want to do ever. But I think you definitely have a point that we can probably just go this route for both, and we'll most likely be okay. So, let's get Battlesphere up and running, and I mean, Fireball is pretty solid for Swamp. We almost have enough for Orb of Destruction as well, or rather, it's almost castable at only 26 failure rates, so let's learn Fireball. This is definitely one of the larger libraries of spells that I've had in a long time. And I would like to rebind Battle Sphere to our usual Transmutations key. And let's go. Layer 2, I think we're ready. I guess we could explore a little bit more of regular dungeon if we so desired. Let's see, with just this and Magic Dart, that is definitely half decent damage, especially since normally we, of course, will be relying a little bit more on all of our abilities instead of just experimenting and testing out Battlesphere alone, which I don't even know if we have the turn count to afford, so maybe I shouldn't be quite so flippant with our strategies here, but it's still important to test out and take note of. Oh, Ladul. Why, hello there. I've only fought you once before, so I'm slightly concerned. We don't have electricity resistance, but you do only have 70 health at least. So you're saying there's a chance, especially if we abuse this corner. Let's bring in you. In fact, let's refresh my memory here. Each time we cast a spell from the Conjuration School, you launch your own volley of energy at a random foe. And it's 2d11, so okay, I see why that works very nice with Magic Dart, because Magic Dart is so cheap and we end up just getting essentially almost a free 2d11. No dual attacks or smiting, beware. Okay, that's definitely good to know, thank you, I appreciate it. And there you are, my friend. Well, let's just try to get a wee bit of damage down. We can even do a little bit of starburst action. Fantastic. And that should put us in a half decent spot to take care of the rest of the pack here. Great work, Battlesphere. I appreciate the assist. Wonderful. And not too shabby indeed. Do I have any more ID? Still no, hey? I mean, granted, we of course don't explore the entirety of levels, so it makes a certain amount of sense, but I was still hoping against hope that we'd have a decent stack of them by now, at least know what the rest of our inventory does. We still have no clue which of these potions is heal wounds, so that's going to potentially come to bite us in the butt at some point in the future. And more un-ID'd scrolls. Ooh, ah. Okie dokie. Oops, let's try that again. There we go. Hitting the wrong keys here or there, but not too shabby. Battlesphere doing some great work. And you know what? Let's just use up all of these enchant weapon scrolls. I'm likely to be using this Morning Star until the end of the game, so that's not too shabby. Or at least Morning Star is a half decent endgame weapon for us here, so I will gladly do so. Another scroll for us there, and let's head down to D14 temporarily, shall we? A little bit of a test run against our spider friends. Definitely a little bit sketchier than I would like, but still not too shabby at the end of the day. We'll hopefully be using a bit more AoE capability to do that in the future, and should definitely throw up some fancy walls against our slime buddies there. Fantastic. Oh, and you poor genie. Or Ifrit, sorry. My bad. Regardless, I feel sorry for you, because that is exactly the type of encounter we wish to see a little bit more often here. We don't have See Invisible, but I still think we'll be generally fine against our vampiric friend here. Beautiful. Did not remember the last time you saw me using enchant weapon scrolls. Right? If I get lucky enough to get an artifact weapon that I enjoy, I end up just never using them throughout the entirety of a run. Unless I guess I get a treasure trove that requires it. But it's a decent amount of the time that we don't end up using them. Though to be fair, that's also partially due to the fact that the majority of the last 6 months or so was in Felid runs. So, you know, there's not exactly much of an opportunity to get to use them one way or another. This could very much hurt, but I'm hoping we have enough firepower to deal with you for the time being. Please hit my sphere, or not. That's cool too. Okay, at least Sphere's kind of got our back here. I should probably save Quicksilver, but I'm gonna use it to murder you real quick. Just to ensure it. Fantastic. And so let's just explore a wee bit more here before we have to turn back and try our hand at Lair here. At least for the time being, we can gain a smidge more experience before we have to head that direction. Potentially get Orb of Destruction up and running. It's at 9% failure rate. That is pretty much good enough for me. In fact, 10 spell levels remaining. Yeah, I'll do it. Let's just learn that bad boy. And now we have a really nice overall repertoire of spells at our disposal. So I don't mind that whatsoever. Scorch is undodgeable, so I'm happy to use that against Tengu friend. And, ooh, +2 helmet, don't mind if I do. Up to 13 base AC, and that only goes up with Oskubu's armor. That is lovely. Let's see what this most likely shop has in store. Oh, no, that makes sense too. Oh, I always forget that the vault entrance is somewhere here. Well, let's lead you Kidlywinks on a bit of a chase. Skeletal Warrior at 65 health. That's not too bad. I think we can just go with a couple or a few starbursts here to do a decent chunk of change on all these Sons of Guns. Follow that up with some Frozen Ramparts, and we are very much in business here. Ouch. Okay, that hurt just about as much as could be expected. Conjurations can come back on to keep training up OOD, and I'm definitely going to be looking for Spellforge Servitor in the future. But there we go, the Demonologist steps up just in time to be shown the front door. Fantastic, not too shabby whatsoever. Vaults probably as many shops, definitely. Am I ready for vaults? I mean, well, I can't even get in without the runes, so they'll have to wait for the time being regardless, but let's head back to Lair now, I believe. It'll take like a couple hundred turns, potentially. Oh, is that? That's gotta be Kirki, right? Man, I don't want to hurt you. Step away. Oh, gosh. Melee is going to be a problem. Okay. You best not miss. Perfect. Kirke is still unfortunately kind of under the protection of some followers, so even though I should just murder everyone in sight, I unfortunately have my self-imposed rules to live by, so as much as it may pain the audience to witness, we just have to teleport out of there, and we'll be back another day. So those kids make good bacon. See, that's unfortunately something that I'm not willing to do. Bacon would be nice, but we're gonna keep it going here. Quickly grab gold or silver ring to get access to vaults. This is dedication. What can I say? Our morals stand firm, even despite the adversities in the dungeon. We do what we can to keep our soul in one piece at the very least. What do I do with you, my friend? I guess I can bring in lovely little orb and just start magic darting to our heart's content. I mean, it does end up just giving us a nice amount of experience fighting through a bit of the beehive here, and then we can head out just of our own accord. Fantastic. And we're ready to keep going here. Clearly, the answer was to worship Rue and sacrifice love to ensure the pigs would be hostile even if Kirky died. Right? Evil is all relative, and if they're trying to kill me, they must be evil because I'm the protagonist. I'm the good person. It's the only explanation, really. But let's head on up, shall we? Head on down, and do we wish to go with Swamp or Spider first? Potentially Swamp. Nice wide open area, hopefully, that we can just sling orbs of destruction to our heart's content.